So today we'll work on People in Space project using a callback function. Before starting the project, let's quickly check the demo of our project. When you click on the View All button, it will show the number of people in the space. To do this, we need to work on two APIs, Open Notify API and Wikipedia API. Notify API is going to return the current number of people in space, including their names and the spacecraft they are in. Then that data will be used to make a second request, this time to get the summary endpoint of the Wikipedia API to get more data about each person, like their picture, bio, and title. To get started and code along with me, open my GitHub account. I have shared the link in the description below. Then click Code, download zip to download them on your computer. Once downloaded, open them in your favorite text editor. I'm using VS Code as my text editor. Since we are working on the callback function, open the folder Use Callback. Click app.js. At the top, we are selecting a button and a div with the ID people. Then we define two endpoints for our API calls. One for Open Notify API and another one for Wikipedia API. We then have a function that will make an AJAX request. We are using a get method, and at the moment it will just log data in the console. We then have another function that will generate HTML for each profile. So when we have data, it will show an image, title, and description for each person. To check the preview, open index.html, right-click anywhere and click Open with Live Server. Go back to app.js. When we click on this View All button, we need to call our first API, Open Notify API. So at the bottom, add btn.addEventListener, add a click event and a callback function. Here use getJSON and pass Astro's URL. On the side, open the console. And now, if you click the button, we can see the data. Since we have successfully called our first API, let's also make another API call, this time to the Wikipedia API. So in the getJSON function, let's add a second parameter, callback. Then instead of logging data in the console, add return, callback, and pass data. Now getJSON is going to use the first argument URL to make the AJAX request. If it is a valid response from the server, it's going to call the function that gets passed as a second argument, then it returns data in the JSON format. Now, back in the event listener, let's pass a callback to getJSON that will iterate over the returned data and make a GET request to the Wikipedia API for each person. So add the callback function, add JSON as a parameter, and for now, let's log them in the console. If you click View All button, we can see the first API is called. Now we need to iterate over the people array, so we can call the Wikipedia API to get a summary for each person. So add json.people.map, add person as a parameter, then use getJSON and pass wiki URL plus person.name. Since we call both API and have the data that is needed, we need to call generate_HTML function so that it can create and append new DOM element to display each person on the page. So pass generate_HTML as a second argument. Check the preview. And we can see the result. Now let's improve our UI by removing this button when it is clicked. So add event as a parameter. Then at the end, add event.target.remove. Check the preview, and it works. Finally, let's refactor our code because currently we have a nested callback. When there is lots of callback, the code could get complicated. So we will create a separate function that just handles mapping over people and make the call to get each Wikipedia summary. So before the generate HTML function, add the function getProfiles. You can cut this code and paste them inside the function. Add JSON as a parameter. Then in the event listener, add getProfiles as an argument. Check the preview, and it still works. Great. This is the end of this session. In the next session, we'll use promises. Feel free to comment below if you have any questions. Also, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel to get more videos in the future. Thank you for watching and see you soon.